Pakistan. Pakistan netas chappi to LET terrorists. Unbelievable terror conclave in Pakistan. Wanted in India, shielded and lauded in Pakistan. Proof of Pakistan patronage on India today. Is the world watching this? Terroristan exposed. That is our top focus on NewsTrack.
Good evening, you're watching NewsTrack here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll be getting you the most damning footage, videos, photos that expose Pakistan like never before. Pakistan has repeatedly attempted to claim that no, they don't shield terrorists. And that's because terrorists for them are heroes. Evident in the pictures that we'll be showing you over the next 30 minutes of how Pakistani politicians, netas, are seen hobnobbing with these terrorists. Enough evidence for the world to take note of how terrorists are treated in Pakistan. We'll be getting you more details of that. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Here are the headlines first. Elon Musk to exit US government role after criticizing Trump's big, beautiful bill, which includes sweeping tax relief and government spending cuts. Big Bengal showdown over Operation Sindoor. Prime Minister Modi invokes Op Sindoor in land of Sindoor Khela. Mamta attacks Prime Minister, says government made Sindoor a political catchphrase. Under fire from Congress, Shashi Tharoor remains defiant, backs his surgical strike remarks as past Indian response to terror constrained. Air Force Chief flags delays in several key projects, says contracts signed, systems never come. IAF pushes for faster indigenization. Home Minister Amit Shah on two-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Shah to chair high-level security huddle and meet victims of Pak shelling in Poonch. And let's begin with the biggest admission that's come in yet from Pakistan. None other than the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, confirming the kind of damages that Pakistan suffered as a result of India's Operation Sindoor. Shehbaz Sharif has publicly admitted that India foiled Pakistan's planned offensive on the intervening night of May 9th and 10th by firing the BrahMos missile. Not just that, speaking in fact in Azerbaijan, Shehbaz Sharif also said that the Pakistani military led by Field Marshal Asim Munir had planned to attack India on May 9th at 4:30 a.m. after the morning prayers. But before that, several provinces of Pakistan were attacked by the BrahMos missile even before dawn. Shehbaz Sharif makes a specific mention of BrahMos. He makes a specific mention of the Rawalpindi airport being hit, confirming that essentially the army base, the army HQ of Pakistan was also damaged, was also targeted and successfully hit in India's precision strikes. Listen in to that confession from the Pakistan Prime Minister.
We, on 9th and 10th night, we decided to respond in a measured fashion to Indian aggression, and we had decided that at 4:30 in the morning after Fajr prayers, Pakistan armed forces, led very ably by our Field Marshal, Chief Army Staff sitting here, Syed Asim Munir, to teach a lesson to our enemy. But before that hour reached, India again launched missile attacks, BrahMos, and hit Pakistan's various provinces, including airport in Rawalpindi and other places.
So you heard there directly from the Pakistan Prime Minister. I'd like to bring in Gaurav Sawant on this broadcast to decode really the importance of such a statement. Gaurav, multiple admissions essentially from Shehbaz Sharif that Pakistan intended to strike. By the time they could, India hit them. He confirms that BrahMos hit the strikes that were intended. He confirms Rawalpindi airport was also hit.
Akshita, this is the biggest admission of failure that comes from Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. In fact, in this admission of failure, he's actually throwing the Field Marshal under the bus, Asim Munir. He's saying that Pakistan was prepared to strike and had thought that they will strike after the Fajr ki namaz, after 4:30 a.m. namaz, then they will strike India. But India managed to strike before they could, finish their namaz. And one after the other, the massive barrage of missiles that came, not only hitting Rawalpindi or the Noor Khan airbase, which is the seat of power in Pakistan, Noor Khan, Rawalpindi, but also Murid, Rafiqi, Rahim Yar Khan, Jacobabad, Bolari. Pakistan Army just didn't know what hit them. Each time that Asim Munir would pick up the phone, there was more bad news coming his way. And he'd call up the Prime Minister and give him more bad news and more bad news and even more bad news. And then Pakistan realized that instead of getting even more bad news, it's better to wave that white flag and seek a ceasefire. And that's exactly what Pakistan's Director General of Military Operations did when he contacted the Indian DGMO. Incidentally, from what we are told, the Indian DGMO didn't pick up his phone call initially because India was preparing to give Pakistan even some more bad news. But then after targeting 13 Pakistani air bases and radar stations, they thought that they will take the phone call and then perhaps agree to a ceasefire, at least for now.
That's right. Gaurav, thanks very much for those details. But Shehbaz Sharif, the Pakistan Prime Minister, on record, as you heard there, talking about how the BrahMos missile was fired by India before Pakistan could attempt to strike Indian civilian settlements, which they repeatedly tried, before they could try to hit Indian military establishments as well. The biggest confession that India's BrahMos missile bled Pakistan, that their air bases were hit, with Shehbaz Sharif even confirming that the Rawalpindi airport was hit. And as Gaurav puts it, that's the biggest admission of the failure of the Pakistan Army, right in front of the Pakistan Army chief, who was seated in the audience while Shehbaz Sharif made this confession. Now let's also talk about the pictures that we showed you in the beginning of this broadcast. If you needed any proof, despite the mountain of evidence that already exists, of Pakistan's complicity with terrorists, here it is. Those pictures on your screens, we're calling it a terror conclave. Why is that? This is from Kasur in Pakistan, Punjab, where Pakistan political leaders were seen with terror commanders all sharing the stage. There's great bonhomie, they're hugging it out. And these are terrorists who are involved in the deadliest terror attacks. They're wanted in India, they're wanted globally, some of them UN-designated terrorists. Does that matter to Pakistan? Yes, it does, because for them, UN-designated terrorists are heroes, are people who share the stage with politicians in this country.
This is the real face of Terroristan. The Pakistani state complicit with terrorists. Ministers of Pakistan's federal and Punjab governments sharing the stage with some of India's most wanted terrorists. This terror conclave was held in the Kasur district on the 28th of May to commemorate Pakistan's nuclear tests. Rather than distancing themselves from terrorists, ministers personally welcomed the radical Islamist terrorists to the stage, embracing them, applauding them, and then delivering speeches glorifying their role in what they described as defending Pakistan.
पहलगाम में वाक़या हुआ है और हिंदुस्तान ने जनाब उसका मास्टरमाइंड मुझे बना दिया.
One of the most shocking appearances was that of this man, Saifullah Kasuri, the mastermind of the Pahalgam terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. He had gone underground after India's strikes in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and in Pakistan's Punjab province, including Murid-Ke and Bahawalpur. His appearance confirms intelligence inputs that Kasuri was being sheltered by Pakistan's ISI in Bahawalpur. In a dangerous provocation, Amir Hamza, Lashkar-e-Taiba's co-founder and designated global terrorist, raised pro-Khalistan slogans on stage. Simultaneously in Karachi and Rawalpindi, Hafiz Saeed's political front, the Pakistan Markazi Muslim League, organized multiple rallies marking Yawm-e-Takbir. In Rawalpindi, a rally titled Ummah's Backbone, Strong Pakistan, moved from Press Club to their Chandni Chowk. Several participants carried posters of UN-designated global terrorist Hafiz Muhammad Saeed and Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir and other defense officials, again completely obliterating the line between terror networks and Pakistan Army. This is no longer about covert links or intelligence estimates. If the world needed any more visual evidence of Pakistan's state and terror symbiosis, May 28 delivered it loud and clear. With Subodh Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.
So that picture that exposes Pakistan, or should we say Terroristan, let's decode that further for you. What we refer to as the terror conclave, where you've got netas and terrorists all hanging out together. Let's name them one after the other. Right there, first, let's talk about Saifullah Kasuri. You see him in this particular corner there. He is an LET commander, a UN-designated terrorist. We talked about Kasuri also in our report, involved in several terror attacks, the mastermind of several terror attacks. This is a man seen speaking on stage and right next to a politician. Who's the politician we're talking about? That's Malik Mohammad Ahmad Khan. He's the Speaker of the Punjab Provincial Assembly of Pakistan. So not just some random politician, but the Speaker essentially of Punjab, Pakistan. Then you have another terrorist, an LET co-founder, Amir Hamza, again UN-designated terrorist. These are men who have been identified globally as terrorists, and yet the world watches by while this happens. This man, Amir Hamza, took to the stage to go ahead and issue sermons and also try and instigate by raising Khalistani slogans on stage. So the agenda is very clear. No matter what, just somehow target India, anti-India slogans. Then you have Talha Saeed, son of LET founder Hafiz Saeed, the UN-designated terrorist. We've reported several times on India Today about this man, about Talha Saeed essentially being the successor of the terror legacy of Hafiz Saeed to take over the Lashkar-e-Taiba. And this man is essentially being given a stage with politicians in Pakistan. There's no attempt by Pakistan anymore to even cover up for the fact that they've got links to all of these terrorists. These are all the terror bosses globally of the LET, of Lashkar-e-Taiba, and you see all of them seated together, and yet no action being taken. For Pakistan, of course, this is fairly normal. India has been raising an alarm exactly for this very reason. What will it take for the world to take note is really the question. But for now, we will continue exposing them for what they are. And Pakistan, of course, while attempting to bleed India, also resorts to downright dirty tactics, which is why there's a spy nexus that's being busted slowly, carefully by our agencies since the Pahalgam terror attack. And this Pakistan-linked spy nexus, which allegedly includes a YouTuber, Jyoti Malhotra, has now reached Rajasthan. India Today gets you this exclusive report. We traveled to a border city in Jaisalmer to uncover this spy network. In this village, several people are hired by Pakistan.
The Pakistan espionage racket continues to unravel. With the arrest of Jyoti Malhotra and 11 others, the Pakistan ISI spy ring gets exposed in Rajasthan. another alleged Pakistani spy, Shakur Khan, has now been taken into custody. Khan is reported to have shared sensitive information with Pakistan's spy agency and has confessed to traveling to Pakistan multiple times. Several Pakistani SIM cards were also found in his possession. Shakur Khan is a government employee and was allegedly present inside the command center during Operation Sindoor. He's also served as a former Congress minister, Shail Mohammad's personal assistant in the past. But Khan's arrest is not an isolated case. Over the past 1 month, several such cases have been reported in Jaisalmer. In Sujion ki Dhani, 2 locals, Deen Khan and Ramzan Khan, were caught passing information near an Air Force station. In Mohangarh, Pathan Khan admitted to being lured into the espionage racket during an earlier visit to Pakistan.
जो न्यूज आती है ना उस समय हमें भी पता चलता है कि यहाँ सोचे हमें पकड़े गए बाकी तो कुछ नहीं.
And the most recent case to have been reported was at Kuriaberi, the last village near the border. Recently, forces recovered a mobile phone buried in sand with 7 Pakistani SIM cards.
और रमजान तो वो है हमारा रमजान तो यानी कूड़ो फंसाए हमारी ये कुरिया में कई पाकिस्तानी उमारे 2-4 है वो तो हर एक ना ठाए को चुगली तो खाता कौन हमारी ये तरह शादी की.
Sadly, it doesn't end here. Also under investigation is a honey trap. Take the case of Bhavani Singh, a railway employee near the Mahajan field firing range. Flattered after receiving calls and explicit photographs, he let his guard down and began leaking videos of military movement. Villages like Huria Beri exist in the dead zone with hardly any police presence, no cell signal, and an opportunity for deep infiltration. India Today has accessed exclusive images of multiple SIM cards seized by intelligence agencies, packed inside polythene bags, marked in Urdu, hidden in sweet boxes.
स्पिल ओवर इज अ फैक्ट. स्पिल ओवर का मतलब हुआ कि पाकिस्तान का नेटवर्क भारत की तरफ पकड़े. हनी ट्रैपिंग वाला तरीका है जिसके थ्रू सूचनाएं ली जाती हैं. और तीसरा एक अनजान कॉल करके किसी भी व्यक्ति को जाल में फंसा लिया जाए, व्हाट्सएप पे किया जाए, सोशल मीडिया पे किया जाए और अनजाने में ही उससे कुछ सूचनाएं ले ली जाए.
India Today's special investigation has laid bare Pakistan's new age war. One fought with SIM cards, seduction and sleeper cells. With Sharat Kumar in Jaisalmer, Bureau Report, India Today.
So agencies have been focusing all of their energy on busting this entire spy nexus, crucial really in ensuring that there's no leak of sensitive information that goes across to Pakistan. But there's a worrying trend here of most of the locations of these spies being in border areas. Let's take you through some of them. In Jaisalmer of Rajasthan, Shakur Khan is the latest to be arrested, accused of spying for Pakistan. Amit Bharadwaj from Kangra of Himachal has also been taken into custody. He is currently being questioned by agencies. Then there's YouTuber Jyoti Malhotra, hails from Hisar of Haryana. She's been arrested too. She's currently in custody. And she's been accused of spying for Pakistan, visiting Pakistan too. Arman from Nuh of Haryana has also been taken into custody. He was part of the entire spying racket that involved YouTubers. He was arrested in that batch of arrests. Now, it's not just Haryana, but also in Punjab that you're seeing several such arrests being made, some in Uttar Pradesh too, where in Moradabad, in Khairana, there have been accused to have been taken into custody. Now, so what you see here is essentially a trend across Punjab, across Haryana, Rajasthan. These are places from where the maximum number of people are being taken into custody. allegedly because they've turned into spies. There are a few names from Uttar Pradesh, as I also showed you, but largely it's from the border districts. And Pakistan clearly attempting to reach those who visited the country for religious reasons. And that's when, according to our sources, they kind of zero in, narrow down on these people and then approach them to either spread propaganda for Pakistan or go ahead and leak any sensitive information as well. There's a long list. It looks like it's going to get longer. Let's get to your latest news break coming in. The Delhi police have arrested another suspected spy identified as Kazim. The accused is from Bharatpur of Rajasthan. This accused, in fact, sent Indian SIM cards to Pakistan. That's how he was tracked down. That's how the officials found him and took him into custody. These smuggled SIMs were used to gather sensitive information. According to the Delhi police, these SIM cards were being sent from India to Pakistan. And through these numbers, confidential information was being obtained by contacting Indians on WhatsApp. Sensitive information related to army and other government departments was picked up by this accused and handed over to Pakistan. Extremely worrying this, but clearly the spy nexus only getting bigger and bigger. Multiple, over 20 people right now have been taken into custody across the country, the latest by the Delhi police. So we're going to continue tracking the investigation by our agencies to nab every single spy, alleged spy in this racket. That's all we have time for in this edition of NewsTrack. Thanks very much for tuning in. On the other side of a short break, World Today with Geeta Mohan.
Edge 60 Pro, the edge of excellence.